out in Arugot, the Arugot farm. My good friend Ari, thank God One Israel Fund was able to deliver this thermal drone lately, right, to help add to the security of the area. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't travel now, but why don't you tell me a little bit what's actually behind us? We'll give you a view of the other areas.
So I want to tell you what's behind us, but I want to tell you it in the context of why this drone has been so critical for us on a security level. And it's not only the drone, but it's also One Israel Fund. It's Mark who comes with solutions to cover areas that are out of the box. We came in here 5 years ago. We paved the roads, we brought out the water and the electricity to this land, which originally is critical to Israel for strategic reasons, meaning that there's Meitzad and Pnei Kedem over there on the other side of Nachal Arugot. There's Ma'ale Amos, but there's a huge void here, which was a security issue. But after being here just for a few weeks, we realized that this isn't just about security. This is about the return of the Jewish people to Judea. And this place is magical and it's sanctified and it's holy. Anyone who's watching this right now, I want to invite you to come and experience this, because you could see it on video, you could see pictures, but it's like seeing a sheet of musical notes versus going to an orchestra. But we came out here and we had to decide, are we going to put fences and security systems and spend all of our funds on that, or are we going to plant and we're going to build? And we decided it's one thing to take the Jew out of the ghetto, it's another thing to take the ghetto out of the Jew. And we're going to build and we're going to plant. And we did that, but that left a real security void for us. And in comes my Rebbe, my dear friend, who is a fighter for Israel and the Jewish people, Mark, and the One Israel Fund, and brought this drone, which not only is it a drone that does thermal drones, because that's the whole idea, that at night there's just a massive security open void here that could be capitalized on. So this drone allows us to patrol at night the entire area and to see down to a little rabbit in the field. We can see the rabbit going around. So it's a fantastic tool for us, and it is literally helping to protect our families here and the tourists that come out here. So we have tremendous amounts of
secure the area.
Secure the entire area. That's right. Yeah. It's not only for us, it's for the entire area. So something as small as this little drone has been a real game changer for us. And it's only going to keep getting more and more. Mark is coming out here teaching us more how to use it and what to do with it. But lots of gratitude, not only for what you're doing for us, but for Israel and the Jewish people. It's really, you're answering a real calling right now. So thank you.
I appreciate that. One Israel Fund appreciates that. Again, one of the things we're always looking for solutions that will fit in. And when we've tried a few solutions over here, and we figured out that this would probably work the best. I'm not going to get into the tactical advantages of this particular model, but it was something, and the kits that we've been supplying are fulfilling the job. Attacks have already been stopped. There actually were, I won't call them a mob, but groups were trying to get their way into the Jewish groups, and the security chiefs, they flew the drone right over. They were able to see what was happening, and just the way the whole system works, it was really something. But also, whereas Ari invited you to come out, you'll forgive me, but I'll say I'm telling you to come out, because to bypass this area on a trip to Israel is a sin. It's absolutely incredible. It is like a gateway to the wilderness, and I'm already thinking about a painting right now, looking at this, which now that we're going to have closed down, we might have some more time. But also with the pool in the back, I don't know if you can see it so well with this picture, but there is a hotel being built here. The pool is something spectacular. Tell us.
The pool is, it's a Garden of Eden-like oasis in the middle of the desert. It's this new Israeli technology from Pardes Chana, where it keeps the water perfectly fresh and clean without chemicals. No salt water, no chlorine, and what keeps it clean is this ecosystem of the fish, very specifically chosen fish, and plants, and an engine that runs it through the rocks, and it just looks like an oasis coming from the ground, but it's in the middle of the desert. So it's really, really a special swimming experience. It's beautiful, and only after we built it did we realize that in the book of Isaiah, Yeshayahu, it says that there's going to be an agam mayim in the middle of the desert. There's going to be a pond of water filled with kaneh v'gomeh, which means reeds and rushes. And out of the thousands of plants that these secular marine biologists could have chosen that perfectly cleanse the water, guess what they decided they need to fill the whole thing with? Reeds and rushes, kaneh v'gomeh. Another sign that this place has been foreseen many thousands of years ago.
And you might even hear the background noise. that background noise is music. It's the music of this place being built and built up. And honestly, that's part of what we're doing. And what One Israel Fund is about is strengthening our communities, keeping the people safe, and developing the land. And thank God, that's what's happening. So for those of you that are here in Israel, you must come out. It's a chiyuv doraita, I would even say. For those of you not waiting for the COVID to finish, when you get here, come out to Chavat Arugot, to Arugot Farm. It's in the eastern part of Gush Etzion. You will not be sorry. Jeeping, forget it. It's adventure galore, and it's something special. And besmachot, it will shake, but we'll alcohol afterwards, so not to worry.
Alcoholing afterwards, yes.
Shana Tova.
Corona conscious. Shana Tova. May this be a year of health and happiness and joy and security. For Israel, the Jewish people, our friends around the world who love Israel and stand with us, and for all of humanity. That's what Rosh Hashanah is about. It's when all of mankind came into the world. Shana Tova.
You heard it from the man. Shana Tova.